So, yesterday I went to the food pantry to pick up some food for my household. And there is a problem that most people don't realize. You hear a lot of people tell homeless people, just go to the food pantry and get food. Oh, well, you have 3 kids to feed, just go to the food pantry and get food. But if you have 3 kids to feed and a job, you can't go to the food pantry every day. It's not allowed. And when I say every day, you probably go, well, they give you quite a bit of food. You shouldn't have to go every day. But I'm going to show you why. If you go to the food pantry, you really do got to go every day. Now, last night is when I went to the food pantry. Ignore that. That's my cat scratching. Leo, stop that. You were fed. You got water. You got 2 choices of dry food. Stop being a spoiled brat. Okay. So when you go to a food pantry, right? Like I did yesterday, I got there at about 3. I brought the food home, put it straight into the refrigerator so it wouldn't go bad, freezer, whatever it belonged. Now it's only been 12 hours, and I'm going to show you. This is the bread I picked up. Okay? Just yesterday at 3 p.m. It's now a little after 3 p.m. It's 4 and some change. Now I want you to see, I just opened this up to make an egg sandwich. Can you see what's wrong with it? It's not even 12 hours since I picked it up. So that was already there when I picked it up yesterday, most likely. They're giving this to people to eat. This was picked up less than 12 hours ago. If I had ate that yesterday, I would have got sick. This is less than 12 hours old, and that started days or weeks ago. Meaning that they're giving out rotten food and telling you to make it last a week to a month. So don't think that there isn't problems in society. You hear a lot of these one-liners like, oh, go to the shelter, oh, go to the food pantry, and they are great if they're done right. You know that that food pantry lives off of donations, and there's a lot of taxpayer dollars going to these agencies. They do actually take up a big amount of the government funds to be giving out food, things like shelters, Section 8 housing. A lot of the broken system, they charge or get money for things that are non-existent, like $25 for a peanut butter and jelly and calling it a lunch. You know, stuff like that is the broken system at work. I've been given many rotten meats, bread. I had to fully inspect the food, and you can't see the mold when it starts. People end up eating quite a bit of white mold before it turns green. You have to be very careful when consuming these foods. And that's why I normally end up getting food stamps or buying my food with cash, even though that takes up quite a bit of my medical need money. Like I had to pick up 3 meds yesterday because I only returned to work a couple days ago. I only had to pick up one. I'm gonna pick up the other 2 as soon as I get paid. I have enough left over, but well, actually none of it's left over. I'm not quite. Oh, they switched it. That's why. Yeah, they switched me to a different blood pressure heart medication. Um, but that doesn't really matter right now because I haven't picked it up. I'm not switching until I pick it up at the place. So keep that in mind. The system, I work a full-time job, and there's no way I could support a child or even a regular one-bedroom apartment at a normal rate. The apartments I have to live in, the water, when it rains, I have a waterfall with the windows closed. The mold is eating out the windowsills to the point where we have buckets full of it into the walls. There's literally so many health hazards in this place, and I, on minimum wage, full-time job, will barely make a place like this. But if I just got a regular one-bedroom at the cost of like $1,400, I wouldn't be able to heat my home. I wouldn't be able to get proper health care. I wouldn't be able to keep my transportation. I probably wouldn't be able to eat food that hasn't went bad. 90% of the food that's given out at pantries can get you sick. If you got to be very careful about what you bring home. If you just get a grab bag of whatever they make for you, 90% of it won't be any good. You got to inspect your food. That they just don't I mean, these things are donated days after the expiration date, and they just say, okay, it's great, throw it in the bin. And it's great that people want to help, but if you get people sick, if you're saying, I'm helping by giving out food, I'm helping by giving out food, and then you give out rotten food that's getting people sick, you're not helping, you're making their lives worse. Giving out food is helping. Giving out rotten food is not helping. And there's the distinction. If you have a person asking to help you, can I get help getting down these stairs? I'm in a wheelchair. If you push him out of the wheelchair down the stairs, you are not helping him get down the stairs. Keep that in mind. If you're giving out rotten food that's going to get people sick, you're not helping out. You're getting people sick. There is a difference from helping, truly helping somebody, giving out perfectly good food, giving out perfectly good medical care, helping somebody by lifting them up slowly, bringing them down, maybe even going onto the bottom of the chair, and you get somebody else, hey, come over here, grab the back of that, and then you bring the chair one by one. There's a bunch of different ways you can help. But pushing a person down the flight of stairs is not helping them. Giving people rotten food out that gets them sick, not telling them or warning them about the quality of the meat or something like that, that's not helping them. Drugging somebody on drugs their body does not need and doing permanent damage to their internal organs, their mind, just twisting them completely, giving them double doses of medicine. Some of the pharmaceutical damage that was done to me by doctors, my mother, the programs, low income workers who worked at these places, these things weren't helping me, they were hurting me. And that's a big distinction that people need to get through their heads. You can want to help somebody, that's great. But if you're gonna help somebody, you gotta do it in the proper manner. And that's what I do. There are ways you can do it to make sure no